Well, good morning. It's Mark Lanier with your video thought for the day. Now, if you've been tracking me this week I've been on a series of just walking around my war room trying to find things that are good metaphors or good reminders or good meditation points for God and especially my relationship with Him. It's a great way I can start each morning. And it's a great way you can start each morning too, if you really just start looking for God and thinking about God, sometimes in fresh and new ways, even as you take solace in the strong faith that you've already got from God historically. So this morning, I was walking around my room and I was looking for some different things that I might need today, and look what I came upon. Do you recognize this? Yeah, it's a power strip. And you can use it to plug in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different devices. Though usually a lot of devices are so big that you can't really put them right in a row. But it looks like you could get 6 on there. I don't know. The problem is this power strip is totally useless if I don't plug it into the wall. You got to plug it into the wall to a power source, and then you can get power from the power strip. So today's word, as I think about God from around my room, is power. Now, the Old Testament was written in Hebrew, and there are a lot of words that are translated power, but the main word that's often translated power is oz, O-Z. That's actually ayin, Zion in Hebrew, but Oz is what it sounds like. If you wrote it in English, you would basically write it as O-Z. Now you may be thinking, O-Z, that's Oz. Well, we tend to say it that way if we would read it in English. That's where the Wizard of Oz gets its meaning. The Wizard of Power in the Hebrew, strength in the Hebrew. So I love this idea of the power, because the Old Testament talks about people having power and people having strength, but nobody has strength compared to God. God is the one of power. God is the ultimate Oz, the ultimate power in this world. And that power has an ability to change you and me. That power has an ability to protect you and me. That power has an ability to make our days brighter, to make our souls sing, to give us hope and confidence tomorrow. Let me give you an example. Psalm 63 is a psalm I learned when I was a young man. And so the version I learned it in is not necessarily the version that you may be reading it in today. This is an older version. But the version I learned it in said, "My soul thirsts for thee, and my flesh yearns for thee, in a dry and weary land where there is no water. Thus have I beheld thee in the sanctuary, to see your power and your glory, your oaths and your glory. God, you are my God. I will seek you earnestly." This is a great psalm. It's a great prayer, because there are times where we go through a dry and thirsty land where it doesn't even seem to be water, where it's just, things seem hopeless, things seem sad. The joy of life doesn't seem to be with you. And those are times to behold God in His glory and to see His power and His strength and to trust and hope in Him. Those are the times where we find those praise songs that bring us into the presence of God. If you don't have a list of praise songs, you need to email me and let me give you a list. There's just so many wonderful ways to see God in His glory, and that will change who we are, and whatever we're going through, it will give us power and strength. Now, the New Testament word that's most often translated power is the Greek word dunamis. We get dynamite from it, but it's not like an explosive power in that sense of dynamite. It's more like a strength and an ability to do things. And I love and will leave you with this strength power passage today as you think about plugging in to God. And that is what Paul said in Romans. May the God of hope fill you with all joy and peace, so that by joy and peace, in your faithing, in your believing, so that by the power of the Holy Spirit you may abound in hope. That's my prayer for you, that the God of hope will fill you with joy and peace in your faith, so that by the power, by that strength, by that ability of the Holy Spirit, you may abound in hope. Take that into your weekend and look for God everywhere. That's your video thought for the day.